Hello everyone. In today's video, we're learning more about the Babylock Chorus sewing machine. Now this is part 2 in a series of videos all about the Chorus. In the first video, I walked you through the entire machine and showed you all of the different parts. If you missed that video, there is a link in the description box that will take you to the video, or you can follow the link on the screen. Now today, I'm going to show you all of the accessories that come with the machine, and there are a lot of them. I'm going to walk through them, each one by one. Now, if you already have this machine, then take out your instruction guide and follow along with me. If you don't have the machine yet, it's okay. Just follow along anyway, and you can learn all about this beautiful machine. But if you are already interested in purchasing your own Chorus, there is a link in my description box that will take you to my ambassador page so that you can check out the machine and see if it's the one for you. All right, let's get started. So here's a quick look at all of the accessories that come with the sewing machine, and I'm going to go through each piece one by one. But first I wanted to give you an overview so that you can see everything together. Now let's get started with the instruction and reference guide. This is the instruction and reference guide for the Chorus, but before we get into this one, I want to show you a couple of other items, starting with the quick reference guide. So you'll use the quick reference guide if you want to open up your machine and get started right away without learning everything about the machine. And you can also come back to it just for quick references on how you can get started or how to wind your bobbin and do all of the things that are included here. So in the quick reference guide, they include instructions and all of the steps on winding your bobbin, threading the machine, so upper threading. All of the steps are laid out for you with the pictures. And then they have instructions on how to select the stitch patterns. So all of the different stitch patterns that are included, you can follow these diagrams and instructions to select the patterns. And then there is a summary of all of the stitch patterns on the rest of the pages. And there are a lot of stitch patterns. So we've got utility stitches, character and decorative stitches. All of the different stitches are pictured here. So you can use your quick reference guide for that information. And then also they've included additional information that is not in the instruction and reference guide. So here there are additional settings, the additional stitch setting chart. So you have additional settings. And then on the other side, there's more information that's not included in the instruction guide. And here on the other side, there are additional decorative stitches. And this is the instruction and reference guide. Now, I'm a read it from cover to cover kind of person. So whenever I receive a new sewing machine, I will take the time to read everything from cover to cover so that I can learn everything there is to know about the machine. And then I can come back to reference certain parts when necessary. And I highly recommend that you do the same. Read your instruction guide so that you can learn everything there is to know about the machine. Now, with the Chorus instruction guide, as with all of the Babylock instruction guides, it's broken down into sections. So we have the basic operations section, the sewing section, and then the appendix. And when the pages are numbered, they are preceded by a B if it's in the basic operations section, an S in the sewing section, and an A in the appendix. So here you can see we're on page B9, and that's the table of contents. So everything under the B's, or all of the B numbers, are for basic information for your machine. And then when you want to learn different sewing techniques or how to use your machine for sewing, then you're going to go to the S section. And then you will follow the table of contents to find what you're looking for, and then go to those pages. And then, of course, at the back of the book, we have the appendix, and those pages are preceded by the letter A and then followed by numbers. Okay, so make sure that you take the time to go through your instruction guide so that you can learn about your machine. So today we're talking about accessories. So we're going to be on pages B14 and B15. And then here we have all of the accessories that are included with the machine. And all of them are numbered here, and you see pictures of what they look like. And then down here, you have a chart on pages 14 and 15 that have the numbers that coincide with the pictures that you see. And then you get a description of what the foot or the accessory is called and how many you receive with your machine. And then here we have optional accessories, and these are accessories that don't come with the machine that you can purchase through BabyLock. And then down here is a chart of what these accessories are called and what they are called, and then the part number. Okay, so I'm going to be following this diagram and the chart as I go through showing you each of the accessories. So if you already have this machine, then you can pull out your instruction guide and open up to page B14 and 15 and follow along with me. Okay, now we're going to take a closer look at all of the accessories that come with the machine individually, and we're going to start with the presser feet. So we have this storage case, and if you watched the first video in this series where I introduced you to the different parts of the machine, you saw this when I opened up the storage compartment on the front of the machine. So these presser feet that you see here come stored inside of the case, and these spaces are fitted for those particular feet. So the first one is foot A. This is the buttonhole foot. And of course you will use this one when you are sewing automatic buttonholes. Next we have foot J. This is the all-purpose foot. And in the instruction guide, it's called the zigzag foot. You can perform all different kinds of stitches using this foot. That's why I call it all-purpose foot. And this one comes stored on the machine already. Next, we have the G foot, and this is the overcasting foot. So whenever you want to finish off a raw edge on your fabric, then you can use this foot, the overcasting foot. Next, we have foot I. And this is the zipper foot. So whether you are installing a regular zipper or an invisible zipper, this one is very helpful. Next, we have the R foot. And this is the blind stitch foot. So whenever you want to sew, let's say, a blind hem, then this is the foot that you want to use. Next, we have the N foot, and this is the monogramming foot. So if you're inserting or stitching character stitches, then you can use this foot. And then here we have the M foot, and this is the button fitting foot. And I love this one because you can actually sew buttons onto your garment with the foot instead of having to do it by hand. Now this can only be used with flat buttons. You can't do it with shank buttons. Okay. And next we have the straight stitch foot, and you can use this one with a straight stitch only, and you can also use it with the straight stitch needle plate. So the straight stitch needle plate has this little hole in the center. So when you attach the straight stitch foot, it lines up with that hole so that your needle goes in the right place. Okay. And then next we have the free motion quilting foot, and this is foot C. So for those of you who are quilters, you have your free motion quilting foot. And then the next one for quilters is the free motion echo quilting foot, and this is foot E. And also for quilters, but this can also be used with garment sewing, is the 1/4 inch quilting foot with guide. So there's a guide here on the side of the foot that helps you to keep your fabric right in line so that you're sewing a 1/4 inch stitch from the center of the opening. And then here we have the free motion open toe quilting foot, and this is foot O. So for the quilters, you have your open toe quilting foot. And next we have the compact dual feed foot, and this one operates like a walking foot. We have this plug here that connects to the dual feed connector on the back of the machine. And then for the dual feed foot, there is an attachment that snaps on to the bottom, and you can use this as an all-purpose foot with your dual feed foot. Okay. And next we have the adapter, and you will use the adapter to attach the free motion quilting foot onto your machine. And then finally, we have this little screw that you're going to use to attach the adapter to the machine. Now, before we move on to the next group of accessories, I want to show you the 2 extra bobbin covers that come with the machine. So this one is called the Cord Guide bobbin cover with a single hole. So you see the little hole here at the top of the bobbin. And then this one is just a regular bobbin cover. And then the one that comes attached to the machine is a bobbin cover, a regular bobbin cover, but it has the marks, it has measurements on it. Okay, so you get 3 bobbin covers with your machine. Okay, now we're going to look at another group of accessories that come with the sewing machine, starting with the needles. So these are a set of extra sewing machine needles that you'll receive with the machine, and it comes with 6 different needles. You will receive 1 or 2 7511 needles. You'll receive 2 9014 ballpoint needles and 2 9014 all-purpose needles. So you have extra needles. It also comes with a twin needle, and this one is all packaged in this cute little orange envelope. You will receive 10 bobbins. 1 is already inserted into the bobbin case on the sewing machine, and then the other 9 are in this little plastic. And you get a seam ripper. Of course, we all need a seam ripper. Next, you get your cleaning brush, and you can use the cleaning brush to clean out the bobbin area of your sewing machine. And then this tool is called an eyelet punch. The sewing machine has an eyelet buttonhole feature. So when you're done sewing your eyelet buttonhole, you can use the tip of this tool, which is a cutter, to press onto the fabric and open up the buttonhole. And then over time, as the fabric is building up inside, there's a little hole that on the end here, not the hole that you see, but on the inside where the fabric pushes through. And then once it reaches this hole, then it will fall out and you can just shake out the fabric. So that's your eyelet punch, your eyelet tool. And then we get 3 different screwdrivers. First, we have the small screwdriver, we have the large screwdriver, and then there is the flat disc screwdriver. And all of these will be used on different parts of the sewing machine. And then here we have another bobbin case, and this one is used for bobbin work. And in order to learn more about what bobbin work is and how you will use this bobbin case along with the bobbin cover, you can go to page 102 on your instruction guide. And next we have spool caps. So the machine comes with 1 large spool cap, 2 medium spool caps, and the parts list says that it comes with 1 small spool cap, but I have 2. So I don't know if that was a mistake or if one, I don't know. I don't know why I have 2, but it does say 1. So if you get this machine and yours only has 1, that's what the parts list does say. Okay. Then next we have the spool thread or the spool felt, and then these are placed underneath your spool of thread, and you get 2 of those. And this little gray piece is called the thread spool insert, and you would use this one with the Mini King thread spool. So if you're familiar with the large cone thread spools that we use on the sergers, there is a smaller or a medium size cone that's called the Mini King. So you would insert this at the tip on the top of that Mini King spool thread so that it fits onto your spool pin. Okay. And this little white cap is the piece I told you about in the first video when I showed you the sensor pin holder. When you receive your sewing machine, this cap will be covering the hole for the sensor pin holder. And then you would use a sharp object to stick into that little hole to remove it so that you can insert your sensor pin holder. And then finally, we have 2 thread knits. And then these are used to wrap around spools of thread that tend to unravel easily when you're sewing. And I'll demonstrate this in a later video when I show you how to thread the machine. But you get 2 thread knits. Okay, now we're looking at the 2-spool thread stand and all of the accessories that come with it. And I'm going to show you how to assemble this, but I'm going to show you in a later video how it's used and how to attach it to the sewing machine. So this is the thread stand, and you see the 3 holes on top, and I'll show you from the bottom. These are the 3 holes, and then these are the notches that will be used to attach the stand to your sewing machine. So first, we're going to attach I think this is, I don't know what it's called, but I'm just going to call it an antenna because that's what it looks like to me. So we're going to attach this into the center hole. So let me show you that it extends so that you can get the height you need to feed your thread through. So we're going to attach this or insert it into the hole. And then we have this little screw that comes with this set, and we're going to insert the screw from the back and just give that a little turn. And then I'm going to use the small screwdriver that comes with the machine to finish that off. Till it's nice and tight. And then I want to make sure that my antenna or the little thread guide, that's what it is, it's a thread guide. Make sure that the thread guide is straight. And then you have these discs and the little spool pins. So you can insert your spool pins into the holes on the left and the right. And if you're going to be using your large cones of thread, you can take your discs and place them on top of the spool pins. And that's ready. Actually, you're going to place the little cone holders. That's what I'm going to call them, the cone holders. And then you'll place your thread cone on top and then thread through the thread guide and continue your threading process. So I'll show you this, how it's attached to the machine, in a later video. Oh, but I did want to mention these little attachments, and I want to be very transparent with you. I have no idea what they are for. It looks like they fit right on top here, but the only thing I can think of is placing a bobbin on top. But why, I don't know. So if I figure it out by the time I record the video where I teach you how to attach this to the machine, then I'll share. But if not, I don't know. I'm going to be very honest. And if you do have this machine and you've had it for a while and you know what these are for, please tell me so that I can share with the community. Okay, so that's the 2-spool thread stand. Okay, we're moving along to the next group of accessories, and we're going to start with the sewing machine dust cover. And I do recommend using this on all of your sewing machines because it does prevent excess dirt or dust from collecting on your sewing machine. So you have that. And then we have the accessories bag. So any accessories that don't fit into the compartments on your sewing machine, you can store them in this bag. Here we have the knee lifter, and this is used to raise and lower your presser foot. And I'll show you how this attaches to the machine and how to operate it or in a separate video when I teach you how to set up the sewing machine. And here we have the sensor pin and the sensor pin holder. And the sensor pin can be used for making selections from your LCD screen. And I'll show you that when we set up the machine. And also we have a stylus pin. Again, you can use this for making selections on your LCD screen. Up to the right corner, we have your power cord. And we also have the USB cord. And then finally, we have the multifunction foot controller, and you can see it comes with 2 foot pedals, and we attach them with this metal plate. And I'm going to demonstrate how to put this together in this video, but it also comes with instructions on how to assemble the foot controller if you want to do it on your own. And then in a separate video, I'll show you how they operate. Now we're ready to assemble the multifunction foot controller. So we have the 2 pedals, the metal plate, 2 screws, and I'm going to be using the flat disc screwdriver. So I'm going to turn the pedals over. And you will notice here on the metal plate that it has a wide end and a more narrow end. So the wide end goes onto the large pedal, and then the narrow end goes onto the narrow end goes onto the small pedal. And you will notice that there are multiple holes in the plate. You can decide wherever you want your holes to go. So we have a single hole in both pedals, and you can position your plate however you like. I'm going to use the center hole for the large pedal, and then I'm going to use the inner hole for the small pedal. So I'm just going to position the plate over the center hole, and you have these notches on the edge that help to position it perfectly. And then I'm going to take a screw and press that in, or turn that in, and I'm going to use the disc screwdriver to tighten it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the small pedal. And then I'll tighten it with the screw. And now your multifunction pedal is ready for use. And I'll show you how to operate this and why the 2 pedals in a future video. And finally, we have this really large extension table that you can attach to the machine. Now, for those of you who are quilters, I know this makes you really happy, but also for those of us who sew garments, this is a great accessory for those larger pieces that we put together. And then here at the bottom, you can see it has a ruler, and the ruler goes up to 24 inches or 60 centimeters. Before I end the video, I want to share with you about the Baby Lock Love of Sewing membership. Whenever you purchase a Chorus sewing machine or several of the other machines that are available in the Baby Lock lineup, you also have an opportunity to purchase the membership. And this is the envelope that you will receive. And then I'll show you inside. So this is a pamphlet that tells you everything you need to know about the membership. And it includes 3 parts. There is the love of knowledge, the service program, and savings opportunities. So with the love of knowledge, you get access to hundreds of online sewing classes that are taught by Baby Lock experts, and it's called Sew Ed. The membership gives you 4 years, unlimited access to the classes. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can watch as many classes as you want, as many times as you want. So the classes cover everything from adjusting the settings on your machine to the specialty features. And they also have classes on new techniques and projects that you can perform with your machine. And then there's the service program. So for 4 years, you get maintenance, repairs, parts, and labor. Everything is covered. It's already paid for within your membership, and all of the maintenance and service is performed by certified Baby Lock technicians, which is really important. And then finally, there are savings opportunities. So you will get everything from free product offers to exclusive coupons, and then you can sign up for their e-newsletter where you will be the first to learn about any upcoming offers or new products. So that's what the membership is all about. And then here, well, let me show you the membership card first. So you will receive your own membership card, and on the back of the card is your access code that you will use when you sign up and create your account. And then here is a getting started guide, and it walks you through the 4 steps to create your account and enter your access code so that you can start watching your classes. And here on the right, you receive your Baby Lock Love of Sewing membership certificate and a flyer with the history of Baby Lock and then the retailer experience. So if you are interested in purchasing the Love of Sewing membership, then I am leaving a link in the description box below this video so that you can go and check it out for yourself to decide if you would like to purchase the membership and enjoy all of the benefits. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed learning about all of the accessories that come with the Baby Lock Chorus sewing machine. If so, make sure you hit the like button down below. And if you are interested in purchasing this machine for yourself, then follow the link in the description box that will take you directly to my ambassador page where you can get more information about the machine. And also stay tuned because I have more videos coming about the Chorus. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.